everybody. How are we doing?
Hello.
Hello.
So, it's Mike Von Beardingham here, accompanied by what formerly were, once upon a time, when we were younger, the Guardians of Andromeda. So we have myself, we have Ed, we have Mr. Matt, Hugh, and Matt. Well, you're both Matt. So you're Matt, you're Matthew.
Yes.
Matthew.
But can you just use our proper names, please?
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, so back in the day, I was Mikhail, you were Edgar.
I was. Very imaginative. Added a gar on the end.
Yeah. You were worth every consonant. And we had Mathis. I think you were Mathis. Yeah. And you were Mateus.
Mateus.
Very something like that, because you're really Italian looking.
Bueno.
Hello, Carrie, darling. So hopefully at least all of our wives and girlfriends are going to tune in to
I think that's pretty much it.
watch this shite.
Yeah.
Right, so many moons ago, and it's actually scary how long ago.
What did you look at the years?
Yeah. So we did in 2010. I have a really bad picture quality. An album called Light Years from Destiny. It was a power metal album, and I realised that I did the first demo in 2006.
That's what I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was 2010.
Basically a fucking long time ago. And then after 2006, in 2008, we got in a new singer, because I was the original singer. And then we got in a new singer whose name was Paul Clark, or Phalian Enigma. So really phallus, isn't it? Phalian Enigmas, who came in and sang, and we did another demo with him on the vocals, and then we did the 2010 album that featured all of us to various degrees, and that was Light Years from Destiny. So what we are going to do today, because it's probably been eons since we've actually listened to the thing, but we are going to play some of the album, we're going to chat through some of it, reminisce about old times and how old we've got, because if you look at that beautiful, stunning artwork that was on the original intro screen, you can see we don't look like that now. Apart from somebody.
Matt looks handsome.
Yes.
He looks better.
Yeah, success has obviously treated you very well.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we're going to start off with. Oh, actually,
Can I
first.
ask you a question first?
You can.
The first bit of trivia
Ooh.
is why did you give us all? Because it was your idea to come up with the interesting names.
But basically, in the early days, I was kind of a.
And bear in mind, I already know the answer to this, so I will be fact checking.
Okay, so our recollections might be different. Oh, good. The puppy is watching as well. Excellent. Sit, roll over, lay down, and Orion as well.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I think it was because it was one thing I wanted. When I did Guardians, I was so, when I first even got into writing everything, I was completely absorbed by all kind of bands like Avantasia, Gamma Ray, Dragon Force, Rhapsody, Halloween, all those kind of bands, and massively into Lord of the Rings and everything. So I thought, if we're going to put together a band like this that was going to go the full hog and do the full show, having names just like Mike, Matt, and everything just wouldn't quite cut it. So I thought, we've got to add some extra letters on the end, because that will make it sound really authentic.
So you added the gar.
Yeah, a bit of gar, a bit of fis for you. But
Aeons onto mine.
does that compute with what you remember?
Sort of. You were kind of going. I remember we wanted to be seen as a European power metal band.
Oh, that was it. We didn't want to sing like little lads from
Essex.
from Blighty.
We just wanted to appear because all the best
Thank
bands
you,
at the
Ivan
time,
Ferris. Very kind of you.
all the best bands at the time were Italian and German from Hamburg and things. And we wanted to come across as this European power metal people. Like, we didn't want to seem like Matthew from Whittam, Essex.
We won't say where he's from because he's famous, and we're not doing that.
And what was the other reason? Oh yeah, because obviously we were the Guardians of Andromeda, so we didn't want to have Matt from Andromeda Galaxy.
I completely forgot.
Michael
about that
from
side.
the Andromeda Galaxy.
Or a farmer from Suffolk.
Sorry.
Andromeda must have farming too.
Yeah.
By the way, regarding the sound, everyone, we are recording through one microphone that is positioned over there, so if it's a bit roomy, we apologise. Right, so we just want a quick shout out to the people who were in the band through different stages. So in the very early days, in the first incarnation, we had Mr Paul Martin. He was in the band Brain Choke and bands like Detrimentum, sort of in the London scene.
We're not worthy.
We're not worthy. He's a very, very beautiful man and still is to this day. We had Alex, his other half, who was on keyboards for our first ever gig.
I remember. Oh my God. Yeah.
I've never seen a human being more
We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so.
But
so
Alex
good.
is absolutely fantastic.
Oh.
Wonderful, wonderful person.
You totally should have scaled that picture differently. So it
I-
fits right on its shoulders.
oh, what a missed opportunity.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Stop it.
Stop it. Sorry.
You talk about black atmospheric bands. We talk about absolutely the opposite. This band was the light in when it comes to
Suddenly
atmosphere.
look more attractive.
You do. You look very sexy. And then we had,
It's like the best Photoshop I've ever seen.
and we also had Zach O'Neill from bands like Extreme Noise Terror, The Agonist. I can't remember the other.
He played Criminal for a long time.
Yeah, Criminal as well, especially. So Zach was the original drummer. Did 1 or 2 gigs with us at the early
He's
days.
a good old boy.
He is.
Great drummer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, fantastic drummer. Then we had Mr Stevie B, who was what band is Stevie in?
Look at the size of that face.
I know Steve is the tiniest man with the most,
The Hobbit. He's like a little Hobbit. He's
Yeah.
lovely.
and he
Steve's
plays
been
the biggest basses you've ever seen.
Intense was Steve's band.
Intense, that was the band, yeah. But there's nothing intense about Steve. Steve is an absolutely adorable human being.
He's lovely.
He's brilliant. And we also had sort of standing in on vocals as well for the lady part. For the lady parts. We had Sarah, who sang with us when we played at Bloodstock. Sarah from the band, formerly the band Zocalo. And we also had Marianne Harrington. She stood in with us as well. So Marianne from Silent Band used to be Silent Divide. She's absolutely awesome singer, one of the best female singers I've ever heard. And then we have to introduce the singer from this album, Mr Paul Clark.
Mr. Paul Clark.
Yeah.
Phalian Enigmas. So he's absolutely fantastic voice. He's a lovely, lovely human being. Just sadly dropped off the radar, and no one knows where he
currently
is.
residing in the unknown.
Yes,
Parts
indeed.
unknown.
He's gone back to Andromeda.
He has got yeah. Which is, I think, probably somewhere in Hemel Hempstead. All right. So we are going to start with the album. So the first track we had. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a little bit. We're going to chat about it and sort of what we remember, how we recorded it, and also what kind of inspired the
I'm
song.
just going to look at my phone while you do that.
Why's that?
I don't know. It's boring, isn't it? No, it's just I figured I should put it on my Facebook page.
All right, you do that then. All right. So this is the first song, "Spirit of the Eagle," and what we're going to do is
I
we're going
think
to.
the writing is on his phone.
I know. The joys of age, ladies and gentlemen, it comes to us all. And
That
hello,
seems
Nick.
normal to me now.
Mwah. Hello, darling.
Sorry.
All right.
Continue, Mike.
Okay, so the first song, "Spirit of the
Asshole.
Eagle," and we have to play the game. What was Mike listening to at the time when he wrote this? So here we go, "Spirit of the Eagle."
There was a lot of Lord of the Rings at that time. You're watching the entire series. Every day.
Just watch it on here, man. It's much better. Look.
There he is, Paul Clark on vocals. Thanks, Matt. So, is this you drumming or me?
I dropped on
Is it you? Hello, Helen. How you doing, darling? Oh. he had such a good falsetto, really attacking.
Gravelly.
Yeah.
And a great character.
Yeah.
It was. A lot of character.
Real storyteller kind of quality.
Yeah.
So, wait for the chorus to end.
I touch your bum.
Forever your mum.
Yeah.
So, what do we think? Carrie has gone for sounds very Dragon Force. What do we think we were listening to? I was listening to at the time.
I already know the answer to this, so.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's full of memories. See, as we've all got older, we've forgotten everything, but Ed remembers stuff.
Like an elephant, physically and mentally. I remember.
We got an impressive trunk.
No.
I do remember something about the writing process for this.
Okay.
I remember something specific about it because I believe it or not, I did some prep, and I did listen to the album. And
I didn't know there was prep you could do.
Yeah, and I kind of boned up on what we did. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys.
Okay, so Joe's going for Halloween.
Well, possibly.
That's a very good show, I think.
I remember is that you had the sort of more the verse written first for this, because we were trying to come up with. I think you said is the more. I don't know what's PC these days. What can I get away with?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter if we get cancelled. Nobody,
Right, yeah.
nobody cares.
I do.
Well-
I've put a lot of effort into this
Oh,
show.
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I have something to say about that.
That's a good point.
I'll tell this story, and if it offends anyone, then he's sorry.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Nick says it well. It wasn't Hannah Montana.
We wanted. The idea was if anyone you come up with an idea, and anyone came up with an idea, and everyone sort of went, "You can't do that. That's just gay." Is that it stayed in.
Yeah, there was if it was obvious and it was camp as a row of tents, then it had to stay.
Yeah.
Basically, that
So-
was the
So that was it. So I initially you and I sat down and we wrote the chord structure for the chorus,
Okay.
purely because it absolutely had to have a descending bass line in it.
Yeah,
And that was
sounds
the
about right.
one condition that we had for that, because it was just so twee.
Okay, so who do you think I was listening to at the time when I wrote this?
So Eagles Fly Free or something.
No,
Or was that just the ending?
no, I think.
We had Eagle because you had to have a song with the word eagle in it.
Yes, that was one of the things. So in power metal, there were certain criteria that you had to fill. You had to have a song about an eagle.
You had to have someone go fire.
I think it was Gamma Ray, wasn't it?
Well remembered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was listening to the. Is it somewhere? No, what's the album that's got Somewhere Out in Space on Beyond?
That's isn't that what the album's called?
Oh, it might
Yeah.
be. And they had a song called. Is it Beyond the Black Hole? I think it
Yes.
was. And it's one of these ones that as soon as the melody comes in on the guitar, it actually sent shivers all across and made me tear up because it's such a beautiful melody.
Mm.
And I heard that, I was like, I want to write something that's got that kind of feeling to it.
Mhm.
And that's where that came from.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what inspired me. And then, as Matt says, then we sat down and wrote. So that was the first thing that ever came of that song.
Right.
That was the instigator. And then, then we sat down and wrote the rest of it. And we
I
needed a
remember
song
because
about
I wanted to
eagles.
change the guitar line slightly, and you wouldn't let me.
No, I have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, back in the early day, and I can look back now and realise
Still is.
Yeah, I can admit I was a real pain in the arse to work with back then, because when you put all this effort into something and you've crafted it, and it's very hard to sort of let go and let other people change things of yours and stuff like that. With the album that we were working on that's been shelved for now, there's been a lot more collaborative writing. Like you've written a lot more on it, you've written some more on it as well. Matt took on the album. Yeah, you did.
Ah.
Yeah. And you also sort of, I just put down drum ideas and you put you crafted your own stuff to it rather than sort of playing what I'd written. So there's a lot more of a collaborative effort on that album. But right, let's listen to a little bit more. But Gamma Ray, well done, Ed. Check you out in your brains.
I also like that spoonerism as well. It's got a very good spoonerism.
And this is where I was like, It's my album. I want to sing a bit on it at least.
But
Okay,
if you listen to the way that you're singing that, is you didn't want to sound like you, so you wanted to sound sort of slightly more European. So you did an accent.
Did I?
Yes. Do you not notice that? That doesn't sound quite like you.
I notice now that if I listen to this,
You were like, I need to sing it more pinched. Yeah.
I did have a thing. Yeah, I have a thing when I sing, and anyone who's watched my streams know this. I, especially on my own material, I really don't like how my voice sounds, and in the studio, I have to really rip the hell out of it to make it sound like it's got substance.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to go more nasally, and
You tried. I remember you had a bunch of takes that you'd done in different styles.
still do that now.
And you played them to me, and you were like, which one?
Okay, this one I'm trying to sound like Ralph Sheepers. This one I'm trying to sound like, yeah. So I think the kind of a slightly Ralphie Sheepers type one won the day.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I don't like listening to it now.
This is Michael. I can get higher. Here we are.
And you can hear I've run out of breath so quickly. Now this next bit was definitely your influence.
Yes.
Yeah, this
It
is.
was meant to be one of those, festival moments.
Yeah,
The hey moments.
yeah. This is the beat down where sort of getting everyone to join in. Clang, clang.
This. This guitar here is off the original demo.
Probably.
This next one because I couldn't recreate it to your satisfaction. This is why Boss GT5 straight into desk.
Wow. The problem is when you do the original demos, there's something about that moment that sticks,
Yeah.
isn't there? And you just don't want to lose it.
It's very maideny, this bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you write the next bit? I think you did.
Probably.
Because it doesn't sound like something I would do. That. I remember you being told off for not putting those bits in the right places. That's very good.
That's this bit. This is you.
Yeah.
I can remember.
That's the whole of my
Listen to that. It's still going. That's so Dragon Force. But I think back then Dragon Force were quite, sort of, in the early days, that's when it was sort of the spirit. Yeah.
It's right on the limit of the speed I could manage this. Little harmony bit.
My voice just sounds like... I sound like a 13-year-old child.
Is that what you were going for?
Then you got Paul. Oh!
Such a great voice.
Yeah. I quite like the contrast between the two voices on that bit. It works really well, I think.
You're very kind.
No.
I sound so different from then to I do now.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Your lungs are bigger.
Yeah.
That's a good bit. That's your writing, that is.
Did you steal that bit from S Club 7? Is it almost sounds like Reach for the Stars?
I used to be a DJ for parties, so maybe I did.
There was stuff in here that I've only recently realised what I've stolen from. I've stolen so much.
For this last bit, I'll let you into a little secret. So this part. I'll tell you in a second. Whoa, yeah. Okay, so on that high note I did at the end, how many takes do you think make up that piece?
Well, I don't know. Go on.
There's 3.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I got I think I've got hi, and then you hear a gap, and then there's hi, and then
The fuck was
that was a drumstick, and then there's ha. So I literally had to cut because I did not have lung capacity, so I had to do it in 3 pieces and just chop it all together. I know. Hey.
Terrible.
By the way, this was recorded, wasn't it, when we did this? Because we went through various places to try and get this recorded and tracked and everything. Because
Yeah.
for those of you who know Danny B, bass player, played for Criminal. He's done loads of production work for some really good bands. Dan did the original production on this. And we went through various stages. We tried to do it ourselves, and I tried to take it to a guy in... His name was James.
No, hang on. We recorded the most of
we
this
tracked
ourselves.
it, didn't
we?
we?
Tracked it.
We tracked it, kind of. I've got videos of Matt sitting out in the summer house tracking it, and one of you tracking it in my studio where I'm just throwing
Pencils.
I'm throwing pens at him repeatedly just to see if it will break his concentration. But yeah, we tried to take it to another producer and one of these people who sort of bigged himself up and said, yeah, I'll do an amazing job on this. And he basically stripped out everything that sounded good, like all.
Oh God, I remember that.
Yeah, the drum sounds went from, because I mean, this is again, these were played on MIDI drums, live MIDI drums, and I think we were just using Easy Drummer back then. It was sort of back when Easy Drummer was kind of and gave it to him, and he just stripped out all of the depth of the drums, so all they sounded like was just compressed hits. And had to just sort of say...
The guitars were so thin, and he put some kind of weird chorusing on it as well.
He tried to create loads of space in it, and by doing that, just completely killed it dead. So yeah, that didn't happen. So we brought it back, and then between us and Dan, we mixed it and did it round his instead. I'm much happy with the result. I always thought that the album was a camp journey through an amazing sword and sorcery story, a real driving album. Oh, thank you, Nick. Thanks.
That's because a lot of the there are some He-Man Masters of the Universe influences in there as well, I believe.
Well, at the time I was listening to Dragon Force, Symphony X were a big one as well. I was really into Symphony X and sort of some of the prog elements. And of course massive fans of Queen, so you get some of that. And Meatloaf, which it really influences one of the later tracks. All right, so track number 2. We're not going to play every track, because so this is, otherwise we'll be here forever. But we'll play sort of like our favourites.
Is this the next one in the list?
Yeah.
Well, before you play it, let me just remind you. Let me remind you of BBC Introducing played this track.
Did they?
Do you not remember? Tristan Easy.
Oh. Bro-in-law.
Bro-in-law. He very kindly put us forward to the BBC Introducing, and it was Ollie and another guy.
Yes.
And we were actually on the BBC radio with this track.
I think it was Wrath of War.
Oh, was it Wrath of War? I thought it was this one.
It was on BBC Essex.
I thought it was this one, but I remember it going on for like, and they faded it down to talk.
Yes, I remember.
And every like every few seconds they'd run up. Nope, still going. And
Still going.
Nah, mate, what's this? Another 10-minute guitar solo?
Because the thing about power metal songs is they tend to verge on the long side.
Well, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to do. You got to make sure everyone gets their
I thought it was
fair
this
share.
song. I do apologise. This is one of my riffs. This is
Definitely one of your
I
riffs.
Plagiarised from somewhere else. I realised years later.
There's been a few of those, hasn't we? Where we've listened back and gone, oh shit. But we've never actually done, and we can honestly say, hand on heart, we've never stolen anything deliberately.
Not.
It's just through osmosis and appreciation of other bands. Okay, so this is the Kingdom of Cake, or as it's really called. Yeah, because they all had their own names, didn't they? So
Yes.
Kingdom of Hate, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
I recorded this solo in Danny B's flat.
Influence not stolen. Thank you, Joe.
It's not plagiarism, it's research.
It's been another example of Paul's falsetto sounding awesome.
It's really good at the end of it.
You could never sing that guitar.
Huh?
You could never sing that mastering song.
Nice.
Oh, that had to hurt. I remember singing this chorus live. I just thought that was so funny. You ready? Here we go now, right? And Kingdom of Hate. Too late.
I just remember practicing speed picking for hours on end.
Oh,
of
God,
the rhythm side.
This is the one, isn't it?
Such a shame.
I know, real shame.
That's the Iron Maiden bit. What's that one?
I think I wrote the verse on this. You gave me the main.
Yeah.
Because that.
Well, that's kind of
Ding ding ding. That's me.
that's the Iron Maiden bit.
Yeah.
And that bit.
I do that kind of thing when I can't think of anything else to put in something. Suck on your gland.
Kingdom of Cake. Never too late.
Give me a break. The next bit, I was definitely listening to Man Overlord.
Yeah.
There's going to be no doubt about it.
I just remember him doing that. He sits behind the kick going.
Is that you?
Oh,
Check that panning out,
100%. 100% pan.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on guitar,
This was
is
it.
Royal Shredderton himself.
Shredwood. Always much more melodic than me. You know,
Yes, I love the speaker.
this is the Halloween moment.
Just a tad.
I always liked this bit.
This next bit coming up was an absolute.
I couldn't play
The
it.
amount of takes trying to do this, I think.
Do you mean the bit at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't play it. I used to just not play it.
Oh, was this the lead run I did?
I don't know who did the bit at the end. I couldn't get head to tail.
Yeah, that was me. Because the thing is, everyone, I have like 3 guitar chops. And they're all involved going biddly 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 or biddly 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 biddly. And you'll hear them in everything I write.
Oh, you did some of this.
I played this, yeah.
I know, it's a different one I did.
Key change.
Yeah.
This was how many key changes can we get in one
Yes.
song? I remember doing that.
Yes, it was.
I remember doing this. This is me egging you on to write this. You wrote it, but I remember I was like,
Oh, the ending?
yeah. I think I did the riff.
Yeah, that's probably more you, I think. What was the song we did? It had a certain run in it, and I'd written it in a way that really pissed you two off. Because I wrote it so cat-handedly.
I think it was Spirit of the Eagle.
Was it?
I think so. No, maybe it was Tyranny.
No.
In the kingdom of hate.
So there you go, ladies and gents. That is the Kingdom
Amazing.
of Cake. Well, right. Next on the agenda, the ballad.
This was This was the early days.
God, this one. Yeah, that was an early
This was
one.
really early days.
Yeah, I think
This went through many iterations.
this is on the original EP that I did, so the proper demo. And this took me so long because I'd only just been introduced to the concept. The reason I started writing a lot of the Guardian stuff was because I just discovered, you know, like orchestra programs and things like that, and started getting into all that kind of thing. So I can't fucking do it anymore. It's been so long.
The funny
since
thing
I've been out of it.
is that's changed because I do so much orchestration stuff for other people now.
Yeah, you do.
But at the time, no, it was a brand new thing, wasn't it? What was the name of that program?
But I was really I was listening to Hammerfall at this point. And it's kind of, they did one of their ballads. I can't remember what it was.
And Matt just goes, oh god.
But
there was a story to the opening of this track as well, wasn't there?
yeah, I wanted to have that. The idea was that someone was walking up through the snow. Basically, that you hear them coming through the door. There's a fire burning in the grate. They come down.
The door shuts.
Yeah, the door shuts. You actually hear them, and I did this all properly at home. So I'd come in, shut the door, lifted up the piano thing,
And
recorded it, sat down, and just went.
Matt does that all the time.
I remember
You should have.
because I did doing the rhythm tracks on this. I remember when we recorded this, there was like, you know, warnings of snow, and it was absolutely fine in Ipswich. And you were like, "Are you sure you want to come down?" Like, "Yeah, it'll be alright." And I got down here, and there was a fucking blizzard. And I remember recording at yours, thinking, "Am I going to get home?" And I got onto the A120. I was literally the only car there in my clapped out old Fiesta. I was like, "Holy
And at that point on the road, it went. And the prophecy came true.
I
All right.
remember it.
So yeah, there's a lot of atmosphere in this song,
Agonising over the piano, I remember all of that.
and there was something in this. Again, there was a vocal line that we then listened to later on, and I'm like, that's where it's.
I know what
from.
it was. It's a song we did with Recovered. It was.
Oh, when it says eclipsing the sun of my heart, it sounds like no, the sun begins to fade.
Yes.
It's.
Well, the chord structure was it's the same chords, but it's in a slightly different way.
Yeah,
I think you were subconsciously influenced by that song.
But I'd never really listened to this song.
What's the name of the song?
Spandau Ballet,
Yes.
Through the Barricades.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, it's just one of these little.
I actually remember this exact fucking conversation.
You do.
It was a
This
lot later on, wasn't it?
No, this triggered something in my head just now. I remember you two up in the little studio room talking about that section.
Yeah, but because we didn't know
And
where.
you couldn't figure out where the fuck you'd heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got pretty heated about it.
Nick says.
We do that.
throwing punches and
Yeah.
kicking.
Cock jousting at dawn.
What?
Mike, did you take any influences from 70s prog rock groups, Wakeman, Storyteller, Journey, Arthur? Not. I really wasn't into them that much. Arthur Brown, Crazy World of Arthur Brown, people like that. Yeah, awesome, definitely. But Yes and Jethro Tull, Procol Harum, not really was a sort of big influence. More kind of the later sort of 90s, sort of probably 80s, 90s prog. Yes. Right, let's go. Let's get our atmosphere on.
The story. Let's begin the story. It's his head on his way home in his Fiesta.
It was. It's like, What the fuck am I doing here?
Okay, so Ed just pulls up outside my house.
Here he comes.
He's walking up the drive
He's going through the snow. Opens the front door.
to the shed.
Burp.
It's a good thing I carried a dictaphone with me to catch it as well.
You got a dictaphone.
It's all right, Ed. There's a fire burning in the hearth. I knew you were coming. Oh, he's opening the piano lid.
Here's Matt.
This is back when I used to play piano. Bloody hell.
We talked a lot about the piano sound.
Mm.
It's one of those things where you send me examples.
I didn't want it to sound I am.
Plinky.
As I close my eyes, this night it chills the bone. The dream was real, as time stood still.
I was a big fan of Disney, by the way.
I was literally going to say that's like a rejected Disney song.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
It's too cheesy for
there's a
Disney.
Disney one later. The Disney
Oh,
one's
God,
later.
It's in E minor, which is the second saddest key.
What's the saddest key?
D minor.
D minor. It's the saddest of all keys. This one's called "Lick My Love Pump."
For in my arse I am bleeding.
I think there's alternate lyrics for literally every part.
Oh god, yeah, so many in this.
Definitely can't be said again, especially in today's
Hey, you
correctness.
Cancel culture.
Look, you can have a bleeding arse for many
Oh,
reasons.
absolutely. I'm just talking about the ones that can't be.
Especially at our age.
You might have had hemorrhoids.
Yep. I remember I really wanted to make that a massive impact. So we need reverb, boys, reverb.
You had a fondness for reverb in those days.
Oh god, did I? Yeah.
What was that, Abby?
There is an explosions effect in the background.
Ah, yeah.
I think this was me.
You don't think this was it?
I think it was me.
It was it.
We'll know in the middle section.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a little strings running this? I remember you spent weeks doing this little run. You were so pleased with yourself. I remember doing that. You don't remember it, do you?
No,
You will.
Upon wings of a dream, we fly.
I love playing this live. It was just so good.
For heaven and home,
It was a relief after all the really fast ones.
for the love of Metro we
And of course,
Definitely the first one you wrote, wasn't it?
the first song I ever wrote was Gates of Eternity.
Oh, Gates are not on here though, are they?
That was one of Mike's.
That's that one of my fills, yeah. So good, we start creeping the what's going on in the background.
I always like the twinkly keys here. I always like that. It's very 80s keyboard sound.
Well, it's because I had what's the keyboard I gave you?
CX8.
I used that for so much recording.
I know that sound. That's fantasy sound. That's cool.
Shocker.
I'm a bit. I love.
to pray for strength to heed me when I cry. Beside me once more, my steel shall be drawn.
This,
Oh yeah. Now this is the orchestra part.
this is White Snake in this bit.
It's very, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I remember there's a run up. You spent ages on it.
So now. Oh. then I think it harmonises. Yeah.
I've never listened to that before. I've never listened to that piece.
I know.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit.
It's here,
Then
isn't
you've
it?
got a flurry.
It's here. That was the bit you spent ages and ages on.
And this is my favourite solo you've ever done.
It's the gayest one I've ever done.
It's very Richie Sambora.
Yeah, I was channeling my inner Richie. With some overbends in there. I'm glad you kept those in.
But this is again one of those solo packs. Well, wait till.
There.
Now the important part was the delicate.
It's the bit
This
after
next
this.
bit
Yeah.
had to be really, really delicate. That little touch at the end.
Pure sample.
Yeah, and this. That's so nicely done. No, there's some.
Beautiful.
That solo, yeah. That's
And I'll tell you what, for anyone, I did notice that the stream power went red there. Is it coming through okay, everyone? Let us know if there's any issues going on with it, because that did peak red, which usually means might have dropped a few frames or something.
But the end of that solo was never on the original demo that I did, because that was just me messing around at the end of the take.
But that's the thing. Again, it's one of those little.
Shocking.
But it's one of those little golden moments that you get in recording where you just something magic happens and you try and recreate it and it never works. So, and that I think I don't know. Was that again the original?
No, I had to. We had to recreate it note for note. It took us a long while to get that right.
Oh, we did freeze for a little bit, but I think we're good again. But yeah, writing orchestral stuff is you don't realise how delicate you have to be with the balance of everything, because like building it up, and if you push something too much, so it took me.
Mixing's key.
Oh God, it's a nightmare.
It was harder back then. That software we had was really basic, that we were using to do that, and I don't think I know how to use that, because the modern orchestra software, it's all there, all the expressions are pre-built into it, so it's much easier to do that.
Yeah, everything was literally hand.
But there was no pre-built expressions. You know, when someone digs in slightly harder on the violin and it barks, you just naturally get that in software now, but you didn't back then. You had to
I'd
work
say
all that
the
kind of
terrifying
stuff out
thing
yourself.
is now when I listen back to that, because when I was in that kind of writing mode and when I listen back to what we were working on afterwards, is the ceiling about to fall in? But
Snow again.
is that when you've immersed yourself in that world and you know that I want this sound, I can go to this thing. I want this sound, I can go to this. When you've come out of it, when you try and go back in, it is the most daunting prospect ever, because you're like, I can't remember what I was influenced by on this. How did I get? It must be like an actor trying to revisit an old.
That must be you knocking that table. Yeah.
I just thought we'd inherited a woodpecker.
Could
But,
have used that on the album as
woodpecker.
Sample that.
Ed's walking through a wood. Yeah, Edgar lost in the forest. Hark! A woodpecker I hear.
What?
It's like Bad News where he's doing all animal sounds, isn't it?
Oh, we fetched the paper from the newsagent.
Daisy.
Babbling Brooks.
Right. Okay. This
So when I there's a microphone stand over behind Mike there. I don't know if you can see that in shot. No, but I thought you were going to set up. Talking of sampling, I thought you were going to set up the thing that we set up in your dining room when we recorded the drums. Do you remember that?
No.
So when you've got a bunch of fellas all together, they have a particular fondness for a flatulence.
Oh,
And,
blimey.
and I'd love to know if this still exists. But we had a microphone set up, and the standing rule was if you were going to pass gas, is go over to the microphone, hit record, and let rip. And we had like a long file of everyone's farts.
Seriously?
Yes. Don't you remember that?
I don't
You
know
were
if I
there.
was- I
You
don't
were
think I
there.
was- Really?
Yeah, you were.
I do not remember that.
I don't think I've ever
I'd be
heard.
all over that, by the way.
I'd
but
love to know when that is.
I think in all the years I've known you, though, I've never heard you fart.
Fuck off.
No, really. He's normally taking full front and centre stage.
Agreed.
Or you, actually. Are you a public farter, or are you kind of a keep it at home kind of thing? Behind closed doors kind of guffer?
It's pretty tight. You know?
Yeah, depends on what my diet's been like.
Yeah. We'll
Anyway,
hook
that's
up
true.
after a Mexican,
Yeah.
and then we'll see what happens.
You'll have to load up the source files and see if you can find it.
Oh god, there is I didn't get it ready for this album for this stream. I might see if I can find it. But when we went to record at that guy's, or try and do the mix at this guy's place, the one who kind of ruined it,
Yeah.
we did set up a microphone in his room, and Paul was going to do the vocals there, and we put on for that track For the Love of Metal, and Paul did it in the style of Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
I've heard that.
And
I remember
It's
it is
amazing.
one of I will.
You did it perfectly, and
Yeah.
and you told him whatever you do, do
Don't
not break
break
character. and he was giggling in Smeagol voice. It was brilliant.
We were. It is one of still to this
Please
day.
find it. Please find it.
That was excellent.
All right. What I might do is I'll kick the
The
next.
Smeagol version.
I'll,
the
I'll,
Smeagol
I'll
cut.
see if I can hunt it down, and I'll send it round to everyone. I might play it on one of my other streams.
Oh my god!
But yeah, it was one of the funniest things that I've ever experienced. You can hear us in the background crying, laughing. I've never known anything like it. Okay, in the halls of our fathers. This is the one that's got the really stupid run that everyone hated me for. Is that?
Oh god! Oh, that one.
Yeah, because I'm a real.
Because it went forward, backwards,
Back,
and
forward, back.
but oh my god!
The name of this song
And the-
did just kind of give me a bit of a traumatic PTSD moment. But I
Sorry.
don't know why.
Let's find out.
Let's find
It was,
Let's-
it
let's-
is.
Let's
it is,
make this
it's
your
that-
therapy.
It is that. It is that.
Yeah,
lyric, yeah.
it's bringing back horrible memories.
Hard panning.
100%.
This was definitely Man O' War influenced. The lyrics were, absolutely.
Trying to get the squeak out, weren't we? Do you remember?
Oh yeah. Here's the run.
That was my squeak.
Galloping across the plains of despair, brothers of metal, the
There it is.
united in chaos of destiny call. Rise up to fight for one and for all. Heartbeat is one as we charge to our end.
I can't even remember how to play this song.
I think I ended up doing all the rhythm tracks on this.
That one was wild.
I think you were busy dogging or something.
I was definitely watching Lord of the Rings at this time. Because I was thinking of like in the halls of our fathers, Rohan.
But this is where you had that extremely strong nod to He-Man Masters of the Universe.
Yes, is it coming up?
No, it's later.
Okay.
And down. I am Adam. This is my flower.
This was probably my favourite song of ours to play live.
Yeah.
It was fun. Full on power metal.
Yeah.
Right.
I made him growl. I told him I want lots of inflection, but growl. Yeah. Arsehole shine brightly than the sun.
I think I did this bit.
You get emotional.
I'm laughing at this. What are we doing that? Big wide stretches of it.
Yeah, it was a harmonised bit. I think
Yeah.
we both did leads on this.
So
Harmonies, anyway.
so hard to remember, isn't it?
as I lay here dying, my
Cock held in my hand.
the memories of my life and of my beautiful homeland. Gods for glory gain, to die this noble death. I
Oh,
close my
this is an
eyes,
original
feel
demo
my body
solo as well.
its final
Yes, might be.
But I always do a big trem drop, dive bomb before every solo.
Yeah, so coming up, as Matt rightly stated, I wanted to get some kind of He-Man Masters of the Universe speech in the middle. This is what happened.
Yeah. I am Adam.
Here I stand in the halls of my fathers. We hail the gods of the winter sun as we bask in the glory of our victories. Yet unashamed of our defeats, for we know the spirit of metal will live on long beyond our years into legend. For true metal can never die.
This one I had to cut. You sent me multiple takes and I had to choose the best bits. That's why you can hear the distinct sections.
That's the same bit again.
Yeah.
I remember this bit. I couldn't lead with the right finger, so I know I got a different feel. I kept doing it live, and we'd sort of play against each
I
other.
think we've been playing it live wrong for like a year or two.
See you later, Nick. Nick Churchill, man.
I'll see you, Nick. Bye, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye, Dr. Nick.
Just you drumming on me? No, you. No. I just love
This
ascending.
bit. Yeah. It's lit.
Is that me playing that?
No.
Because I know on some bits there have been bits
No.
of me. There's one solo in this album that's me,
Right.
and I can't remember what one it's on. Oh,
Oh.
hang on. All right,
No,
okay.
Wait for it.
Okay, ladies and
No.
gentlemen, welcome to Disney time.
Yeah, this is the Disney song. That solo was me.
You can hear the auto
But
tune.
the harmony bit, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the stretch.
You did the lead on. You did one of the leads on "Always in Your Heart."
That's it.
You did the kind of major pentatonic lead.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because I think I played that differently live.
we're spoiling the Disney.
Sorry.
we journey on, it never seems to end.
We didn't do this live, did we?
The day is long,
No.
but my heart
Is this a personal favourite of yours?
I honestly can't remember listening to this song.
This is
Got it
always
from
a
your memory.
skip.
Yeah, this is always
Disney metal.
Yeah, Joe just said, love seeing Guardians live and the challenging practice of playing in capes. Too right.
That was actually quite hard to do.
It was.
You loved it.
I love the cape, but I hate playing it. Trying to get the guitar on with the cape.
Like, put the guitar on first.
Yeah, but then you have to put the cape. Try to move it out of the way.
Here's a story for you. I actually wrote this. I wrote the lyrics while I was the chorus. I wrote while I was on my motorbike visiting my dad in hospital.
Oh.
So literally riding along, suddenly went, oh, what about?
starts to fade. I will carry you, for my heart beats true in heaven.
I think this is the furthest I've listened to this song.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's alright.
It's one of my favourites. This is my favourite bit coming up, just the melody in this.
There's a million worlds we thought we'd never
This is like Aladdin, isn't it?
The time for dreams has passed us by, and now we rise above. Our stories will be told.
That's progression.
For deeds in life can never die.
Resounding chord.
Yeah,
It's like Michael Ball is just Michael Ball.
I never put that on, and I wish I had.
You fucked up.
I know, I fucked up. Yeah, so if anyone around the 2010 kind of year, if you were between Braintree and Chelmsford and saw some twat riding down the road going, "Shine on, when tigers," that was me. See, I love that song. That scratched the itch of kind of Disney musicals and all that kind of stuff that I've always wanted to do.
So when are you going to write your musical then?
Well,
You let it all out on that one song, but it's crept into every other song that you've been doing. Let's be
oh
honest.
no, I mean always in your heart.
You've dabbled everywhere.
Yeah.
I just had visions of you playing that live and like on some
On a
club in
unicorn.
London. Like when we played with Amputated or somebody like that.
Oh, I'd have to pull that out. It'd be like that moment when Extreme, when they got put on the what was the
Donington Monsters of Rock.
Monsters, and they came out doing More Than Words in between the bands like Slayer and something. Lovely to see Ed and Matt. I see the other two all the time. I know, we miss these lovely boys. Oh, right, this...
Need to come and see you and Joe.
Come to visit the
new
bar.
bar.
Yeah, he's opened a bar in his back garden, so...
Yes.
Are you going to work that as like a pop-up bar for people to come?
The idea has crossed my mind. Yes.
I might have to, if I can get a mobile recording set up, I might just come around yours to do interviews with people. Just sit at your bar and interview them there.
It's quite cool. We've used it a couple of times now, and it's a bar and grill. There's two sides to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dino's Bar and Grill.
Can we just...
Yeah, should we just fuck this off and just go there now? Okay, so this was actually a serious song. It's Wrath of War, this next one.
Oh.
This was the one that was on the BBC introduced.
Now I think you had something to do with the writing of this, because this...
I think Matt wrote the main riff.
Oh, was that you, was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I did the arpeggiated bit on the chorus.
Yes, you did. Boom, boom, da, 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 da. So this
yes. No, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely got your trademark.
That's the chorus, isn't it?
Just got a kind of Place Vendôme feel to it.
Yes, that's really nice. You did that. That was really good.
Yeah, I think we were just messing around.
I don't know who wrote this. Now, if only I could remember who wrote this bit. Yeah.
This is when I discovered the joy of making a choir out of your own voice.
Manowar. That solo was me, wasn't it?
The solo was you. So I remember I hadn't heard this solo until after I'd done it, and then I was like, holy shit, that sounds good.
Oh, the riff. I remember writing the riff.
Yeah.
I think I wrote the lead line and then you reproduced it.
Did I? I didn't remember writing the riff.
The rest of it, I think we jammed it out to arrange it between me and you.
This bit was probably me because I constructed the keys to go this bit.
I remember you doing this.
Yeah, so I think I wrote that to accompany that part. So this was definitely a lot more of a collaboration.
Were your favourite chord? Transition chord. I found out years later that I'd stole this off of Malmsteen.
Really?
I wasn't sure if it was that or Iron Maiden, Ghost of the Navigator.
No, this is off Malmsteen's Magnificent Octopus album.
So Fleetwood
This was you.
Yeah.
I couldn't write that. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bit of Van Halen-y stuff to it.
Yeah,
but,
It sounded very Bruce Dickinson there, didn't it?
Oh, I can hear your keyboard in there again.
Yeah. I can't. That was in my early version of Cubase. One of the plugins, like one of the wave pads, and then say that ding was off your keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh. Edaroll Orchestra.
Edaroll, that was it. Well
Yeah.
done. That's what I was trying to remember. It's my phone.
I was definitely listening to Play Spendo at the time.
That's just come out, isn't it?
Yeah, it must have done, yeah.
You want to hear the latest sound? It's really good.
This I absolutely love. This harmony. Nice.
That's you.
This is you.
Nice. Nice intervals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
I can't do that now.
And I start singing just to ruin it.
Ah, I remember doing that.
Hello, small child. There's a microphone.
I remember being a bit gutted.
Remember
with
these
that
clean chords? Do you remember the clean chords for this?
Is that good?
Yeah, when we originally recorded that,
I'll tell you about it.
the solo was done in like one take, and for the demo version, and I was like, wow, that's great. And then when I got to do it, record it again, I just couldn't get the same sound.
Oh,
I think there was something
boy.
missing from the vibrato, and
Yeah.
never totally happy with it afterwards.
It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah,
It happens so often on this
sometimes
album.
there's a
Demo
moment
version was
and
great.
you lose it, and that's it.
But do you remember when we were rehearsing for the live shows, and there was these clean chords for that bit.
Oh.
Do you remember that bit? And I had this amplifier, and it was
this big.
Yeah, it was like that big. And Matt used to come and put a microphone in front of your amplifier so he could hear it in his headphones. And
I remember this.
And I
Someone
remember,
hadn't checked the level
I remember I
on
turned
that
it up,
channel.
and I think you called it a chihuahua with
Something.
angry chihuahua or something, because it was like the loudest amp you've ever heard in a room. So we had him with his big metal amp, we had a massive bass amp and his drum kit.
This tiny
and I
little
just
thing.
had I had this tiny little thing, and I just played this clean chord, and it just swapped everybody. And you were like, and I remember you went, what?
The fuck?
Is that your carving?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was
Hercules.
Brutal. That was it.
ridiculous.
All right.
Do you still have it?
No, I sold it, and I regret it every
Yeah,
day.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that was
It's a ridiculous sound. Sorry? I can't hear you, sorry. Oh, just 100 watt. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Just that much
No,
more.
it wasn't.
You must have wrapped the chord structure. That's got that passing chord you like.
I probably had the idea for the vocal, and then I would have collaborated with Ed. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you. Oh, so there's a little sound effects at the end of this, aren't there? The thing is with this song, it was actually a serious song. It was about basically the trauma of war and the nightmares that still haunt people out. So if you win the battle, but the war within your own mind, and it doesn't ever leave you. Wait for it. There's your battle sound effects.
Do you remember we had it between the songs live?
There's a lot of masturbating in a corner. Wait. No, but in
I've
all
forgotten about that bit.
Yeah, I tell you, sitting there in front of a microphone, having to like pretending you're having like night terrors, just going. It's just like fucking hell. But it was actually.
It's not the first time you sat in front of a computer and made that sound, is it?
That's not true. Yeah, true. I normally am crying when I'm masturbating. Let's be honest.
And if Carrie's still watching, can she confirm?
He has to wear the gum shield and the American football helmet when he masturbates.
Filthy beast.
Okay, this is one of my. This song kind of had that. The next one, Always in Your Heart. This is a combination I really wanted to do because I'm a massive Meatloaf fan. We both are, aren't we? Are you guys Meatloaf fans?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really wanted to do that kind of male-female kind of sing-off.
Oh, I forgot about this song.
Yeah.
But when the song kicks in, I kind of imagine like on one of those kids programs where everyone jumps in the air and high fives all at the same time, and the camera freezes at the point where we're all in the middle of the air. So when it kicks in, it's kind of that sort of kids program. Yeah, everything's great. Kind of. We're all young and vibrant.
Aren't you glad you were part of this, Matthew?
Somewhat.
You did.
It's character building after all.
Now the woman who's a girl called Rhea who sang in this, she was sort of like from a sort of musical stage background. She had such a lovely delivery in this.
Could time have ever known that we would come so far? Lay with me tonight beneath the heaven.
What you said about Disney earlier?
Yeah, this pisses all over the other one.
We bid farewell to all the days to come. For now we say goodbye when our lives had just begun. Away your cares and tears, let all your sorrows fade. Tomorrow
Who's squeaking?
Get ready for the group high five.
Yay! Eiffel Tower!
Oh god. It's ridiculous.
I didn't write hardly any of this.
No, this is a lot of this.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do any of it.
And I'm pretty sure this is you playing it as well.
I think I did the drums on this. I think this one was. Yeah, this is mainly me on this. And you'll hear because my vibrato.
Here's your little bit you like to do. There you go.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
a time not long ago when we laughed and danced alone in harmony.
I wish Paul would sing on time.
He had real.
Not good on this.
Yeah.
He could have gone somewhere, man. He could have done something.
Could have been somewhere.
And passion's rose had shed her thorns. Why still hold on to this pretense? The ashes of lost innocence. The question still remains the same. No force to change the course of time. A power deep as is divine. I close the door to unknown. With the time we sail away, in dreams of you, I hear you calling, whispering of moments that faded.
Yeah, that's definitely you, Mike.
I remember playing this one live. It's one of the easier songs to play this one. I like doing it.
For a day will surely come when we'll sail upon the oceans wild and free. Take me, just promise me you'll stay forever. Always in your heart, I long to be here for all eternity.
This didn't actually originally have that lead line. I had to put it in because when I got to do it in the studio, it just sounded really empty. So I had to put it in to just give it something. the atmospheric bits. Oh yeah, that's coming up in a minute. You can tell that's me because my bends aren't quite right when I'm playing the good notes.
In my solitude, I have come to learn the feelings of a heart condemned to break. Is this the price I pay? Must I repent again? Does vendetta
Sounds like something straight out of the West End.
Yeah, she had a great voice.
Was there a missing word there?
Yeah, I always felt that.
Yeah, there was a missing.
It was like a missing
word
part.
in the line.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
At the very start of that
Okay.
pre-chorus.
Where the backing vocals come in.
Go back. Go back.
Okay. Before that?
Yeah, leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah, coming out of the verse. Before the gun chop.
It's like there's a word that's at the start.
Ah. Yeah, there should be a we in there, and I hadn't probably automated the vocal part.
Yeah, I've always noticed that.
Yeah.
I really liked recording the rhythm to this because there was very chunky chords all the way through and
They're quite nice chords, aren't they?
yeah, nice pedal point as well. Very good.
This next bit took a bit of crafting. There was a lot of vocal coaching with Paul. Because before we go into this next bit, because Paul, he had a fantastic voice, but he used to say struggle with timing a bit. He'd never been in a studio environment. So actually being in this environment, hearing himself properly used to put him off. So I used to have to coach him and try and get him to act certain parts. So I had to really get him to take it down to a really soft, almost whisper in this next part. And he did it so well, I'll give him credit, he really pulled it off.
It's just your solo.
Yeah.
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 That's a good one.
I think my vibrato wasn't great back then.
It's a bit Freddy here, isn't
I
it?
listened to a lot of it and I'm like,
Bit Freddie Mercury. Free Gary Moore.
boss, yeah.
Was that the White Soltero?
Yeah, no, it might
Sounds
not have
like
been
it.
actually. It might have been,
It sounds like it because it's got that bite.
yeah, I don't think I had that then.
I like this. Some really nice, like, stuttering. It's really good. Yeah, this is me drumming. So you can hear I nearly fuck it up completely.
Is this your solo as well?
Yeah.
It's in a major key, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's using almost the same run as I used on Gates of Eternity. Just held it.
By the skin of your teeth, I think.
There we go.
Sambora again.
Yeah. Very melodic.
Hold on, for a day will surely come when we sail upon the oceans wild and free. Take me, just promise me you'll stay forever. Always in your heart, I long to be.
I'll pause it. Go on. This is very Halloween, this ending.
Oh, that one. That was me egging you on to do this. That's Eagle Fly Free, you know.
Yeah, that's the same idea, yeah. But that's the thing, when you write something like this and you hear, there's all that stuff, you just like, I want to put something like that in. It's just those lovely little cheeky nods that you give to your favourite artists, isn't it?
Yeah, you want to do it. That's what it's all about.
You're doing it deliberately. You're not doing it, oh, I've just stolen it and hope no one notices. You do it and go, I want you to fucking notice I've put this in.
I remember you actually played guitar, you actually played the outro of that because I just couldn't, you had the idea of what you wanted to do, but I just couldn't get it in my head. Because, like, to me it just sounded, oh, just end the song, go, brrr, but, you know, no, it's got to fall exactly on this beat.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Yeah.
This is the problem when you get someone who's sat there and kind of written the whole thing like, no, I hear it in my head like this. It must be like this. Anything different is bad.
Dictator Vonbeardingham.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It was just
Michael Von
put my head
Putin.
around what.
Von Putin.
Moving swiftly on.
There was,
Yes.
didn't I put a bit of... I put an Aussie solo in the middle of one of the tracks, wasn't I?
I think we've put so yeah. So we're nearly at the end. We have a. Oh, by the way, does anyone want a refresher? Someone gave these to me as
Yes.
a present.
Yeah, I do have it.
Okay, there you go, mate.
There we go. I
Get
need some
involved,
sugar.
son.
What's a refresher?
It's one of them.
Do you want a refresher, Matthew? It might not go well with your Coke.
Yeah.
Is it one of those ones you pop in it?
Should we find out?
No, there's not much left.
Okay. All right. The Tyranny of the Angels of the Four Winds. Again, I
This
want
is an early one again, wasn't it?
This, yeah, I think this was on the first album.
Didn't Dan Harrod something?
Yes, Danny B actually donated the main riff to me for this one.
Donated.
Yes, he did.
And I did the fire bit. This is the bit
Yes.
that had to have the fire in it.
Fire! Yeah, it had to have fire, and I wanted a kind of Lord of the Ringsy sort of big speech at the start.
Oh, shocker.
A bit of a side note, Danny B actually played live with us once as well.
Yeah, when was it?
Bass.
That was bass at the DOA gig. I think he.
Ah, yes.
You had to
Blimey.
read it off of sheet music because he didn't know it all.
Yeah.
He did well for that.
By the way, with all the bits we've kind of been influenced by, we're going to get sued by lots of different people.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well.
Only if it makes any money.
Hey, will we get
Don't
can we
forget
get a
about
Facebook ban for copyright infringement?
I do want to know, actually.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Facebook strike.
That'll be interesting to see. I'll let you both all know what strikes come up. Okay, the Tyranny of the Angels of the Four Winds, everybody.
Oh, this was the intro to the set.
Yeah.
This is me trying to get my cape on. Come on.
For many thousands of years,
God.
our
Hello,
world
Spinal Tap.
is shrouded in mists of peace.
Spot the Lord of the Rings reference.
Yes.
But while the Guardians kept careful watch over their homeland, an enemy, unforeseen, was rising from within. The power to threaten all who opposed it.
Here it comes.
But yet hope remained.
While the company is true.
And a star shone
Michael,
above the
you
northern
get
heavens.
sued. Peter Jackson wants your ass.
If they want to sue me for 4 words,
But yet hope remains.
To understand that though in our mortal form, we
I
have
like the voice at
limitations,
the end of this.
through the power of metal, the tyranny of the angels of the four winds would not go unchallenged. High above the earth below was watchful like
Again, that's much faster than I remember. Oh, this is right at the early days.
great way to start the set though. It's nice and easy and everyone can get warmed up.
I love this little harmony here.
I think that was Dan as well. Dan wrote the harmony for this too.
Playing this live was fun. It was like, I'm in a power metal band. Check me out. We're doing harmonies. You were like, don't do too much vibrato. So don't get matched.
You or me? That's you.
I mean, it's all yours from parts, but like definitely
You recorded the proper version.
recorded them. Yeah.
Need a wee. Joe says it was a very atmospheric intro from an audience point of view. Here comes that falsetto again.
That's a great one. Still going.
This is my harmonic minor riff number 47. This guitar bit, do you remember? I was trying to bend the note as far as I could bend it. So this is all done on one note. It's like 4 frets.
Well, I can hear in my head right now is.
Yeah. This is the original take. This solo from the demo.
I had to vocal coach him on this. It's like, you're a lion!
It was the amount of wah in it. It's the full on Kirk Hammett wah solo.
Did you record it with the wire or did you add the wire afterwards?
No, I recorded it with the wah, yeah.
So many notes.
Let me get your one.
And then yours is so much more melodic than mine. Mine's just barrage.
I like this bit.
Just for you.
Stephen?
That's in the second part.
Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, thank you.
Top point.
Oh, I'm going to unwrap my own.
Yeah.
I see.
Make the whole lot.
And as the world is cast before us on this endless shore, we leave behind these times and we shall bleed no more. Fly, set us free. We have won.
Oh, there's a great note here he sings. This bit. You can hear him pull it in. It's great.
He had a really good kind of mix range that he could slip into. And great tune. All right, so now this next one, just going to pause it very quickly.
Is there more? God, it's fucking album.
No,
goes
it's
on,
right.
doesn't it?
I know, just a bit. Now this is one that you wrote, and you wrote all the words. I think the only thing I changed one word in the entire song. And when you came in and did the guitar for it, you just literally laid down a guide guitar, and that's the one I used.
What was the
It
word you
shows.
changed? What was the word you changed?
I think it said grave too many times, if I remember right.
A reflection of your state of mind at the time.
It was a bit morbid, so...
Well, because I think you wanted to do more with it, and I was like, no, the take was perfect. It was exactly what it needed. We wanted to keep it simple. There's a little bit of I think there's a bit of a lead line in there as well. And you did an original vocal take on it as well. And it sounded it sounded great. It really did. We were so tempted to use just the whole thing that you did.
I'm glad you did.
But no, like lyrically, it's great. It was a really lovely way to end the album.
start to fall on an unmarked grave.
What guitar was that?
That was Max Martin.
Oh yeah.
You can tell.
He gave that to my brother. Yeah, he's got it.
Nights are restless.
So deep, isn't it?
We ask forgiveness again. That old man is me. I know my soul will remain.
The word I think we changed was from people to friends, because you said people I've known and lost them. And I said friends that I've known, I think.
Ah, yeah, could be.
It does sound, Paul sounds a lot more Bruce Dickinson there. Talk to the Dickinsons about him.
But the lyrics are...
Those that I've wronged, I'm sorry for the pain.
Just had such a nice tone to his voice. Cool.
Yeah, he really did.
It's depth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gravitas.
Forgiveness again. That old man is me.
Is that you harmonising that?
No, that's Paul.
My soul will remain.
Did we play this live one?
Did we?
I think we did. Really? We played it at the Royal Oak
Oh, blimey.
in Ipswich.
That was when Marianne sang with us.
I think that was the second Royal Oak gig.
Oh,
We
okay.
did one there with Zach, one with
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. So it must be
Yeah.
early.
Gonna have to get this guitar back. That sounds really good. I want it back, Alan.
Oh. I made you do this.
It is done.
God,
Slam that door!
That was you, was it?
apparently, yeah. I think I was going for Christopher Lee or something like that, but it didn't really come out.
I think you got Christopher Evans.
Biggins. Christopher Biggins.
It is Dan.
It's behind you!
Yeah, the secret hidden
Yeah.
plinky track.
I was really proud of this. Again, this is one of the first things I had written when I got all my... I actually played the piano in and then did all the orchestra and everything behind it. But again, it's In the Shadow of Moonlight, I think this was called.
So when you said it's done, you lied.
Ed's work was done.
Ah.
I was done.
Yeah.
That's how he finishes every recording session.
It is done.
That's how he finishes coitus.
Yeah,
It is done.
It is done.
Shut your doors.
After you've been on the job.
Finish yourself off. It is done.
Finish yourself.
We'll check in with Sam on that.
Snigger.
But
Well, it's been a pleasure then, boys.
it has.
It has.
It's been too long.
Yeah, so party around Matthews
See
for...
what Joe just said.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have the lace-up trousers and shirt? I bet you do.
Oh, I've still
Oh
got...
yeah, the trousers. They were great. Laces down the side. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. You guys are going to have to come round for beer, burger and ribs or something like that.
Definitely.
That
Tell
would
me
be
when.
great.
Oh, this is where... Hang on. That high-pitched tremolo violin took me a week to get the volume right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's... There's so many little bits in here that as soon as you push it too much, it breaks it. And then we start getting like a... There's a bit of a cello creeping in. Cool, everyone's welcome for a burger and beer.
Thanks, Joe.
Cool. Get a grill on, Joe.
Stop yanking on my...
Sneaky
out parts.
sneaky flute.
Very nice.
Matt's getting bored. We're nearly done.
Oh, God.
What? What is that?
This is what I have to battle, ladies and gentlemen.
This is worthy of mentioning. He's been texted.
I think you should read that out.
Just tap the screen.
Pause that.
To ruin a
I just
beautiful
got to read.
piece of music.
Just to put you in the picture, this is a moment. This is. I just had a random text from a number I don't recognise, and Mike's going to read it out, having not seen this. So I'm going to read it out. Ready? Go.
Dr. Shibesh, I am so, and that's not me doing a Sean Connery impression. I am so sorry to be messaging this late. It's about the infection. It started to smell and spread to the left of my anus. What creams would you recommend? Sorry, it's urgent.
Just tap the screen.
Many thanks, Matthew Speed. Many thanks, Yahim. Showa, Dr. Shibesh.
What is that?
Obviously, you are Dr. Shibesh.
You are Dr. Shibesh. I did wonder how you afforded to get that bar and grill.
I've been moonlighting.
Are you moonlighting as a proctologist?
What the hell did that come from?
I think you must message them back.
Yes, I think you must.
Sorry to hear that.
FaceTime.
Do you have any photographic evidence of this problem?
Photographic?
Photographic.
Are you NHS or private?
Okay, we're nearly done.
Oh.
A quick piano trill I was really happy with.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
It's alright, it's alright, Dr. Chibesh. It's alright.
Just that was
Or Shibby for short.
shabby.
I can't do this anymore.
That's very nice. Resolve it. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun.
What's that?
That.
So you're building, you go from single notes, bring in some chords. This bit was the fuck up.
Skills.
Yeah, don't know what the fuck, how I did it. Won't happen anymore.
Oh, shit.
You
so
so should have left it at there. You're thinking exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just leave it unresolved.
Please,
And
please,
then,
please. Oh, you resolved it.
then put on the next album, start with that
Yes.
note.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank God there was at least one unresolved note.
Right, gentlemen, that was fun reliving that with
That
you
was
guys.
Wonderful.
Really good fun.
I'll see you again in another 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, another 10 years, yeah. Right, everyone, thank you for joining us. So for those of you who, well, obviously some of you have heard the album, and we hope you enjoyed it and us rambling over the top of it. There is another album that's kind of all the demos are recorded, and we're sort of debating about whether...
Yes, but we were
actually-
so pretentious that we decided that we'd do enough for a double album, though, didn't we? Double concept album. Because we're
yeah.
pretentious fuckers.
Yeah.
Who's this we? I think it's you two.
No, I think Ed's done a fair bit on that.
Yeah, there's
But
been...
not the pretentious side of things.
No,
I
to-
didn't
Did
decide
you
on the
just
double
call
album.
me pretentious? Fair
I
enough.
thought a double album was ambitious for an unsigned band.
That's very true.
Second album.
To be honest, the double album was my idea, and I think cause there was a part of it...
Slightly ambitious, Mikey.
No, a double concept album.
Yeah. But no, it is a part of it because it went through so many different ideas and like first of all it was going to be there was like a 3-part song. I was going to call it for a piss take the Andromedan trilogy, just to piss all over the American trilogy. But I think it ends up it's going to be one album. There are songs that actually follow in. It is partly a concept album, so probably the first 3-4 songs do all join in. They're all, and one song is a 15-minute magnum opus.
Magnificent opus.
Yes, which actually is like a magnificent octopus.
And it must be called Magnificent Octopus.
So But no, we have been talking about it. It's something that we would like to.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, we would like to record and get finished.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Yes,
So,
I am absolutely coming in to see the papa.
Yes, come and see the puppy.
Yep.
Or the small horse, as it is.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So, all right, everyone. Take care. We'll see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Smell you later.
Ta-ta, bye. And by the way, quick thank you to Ed, to Matt, and to Matt to you. The
Thank you.
Guardians
Thank
of
you.
Andromeda.
Thanks for having us.
Ta-ta, bye.